Hey guys, welcome to my house. So in this series, I'm going to be fixing up the house a little bit in preparation for renting it out. So the first project I'm going to tackle is the stairs leading to the basement. So here are the stairs that I'll be replacing. These are actually the original stairs from when the house was built back in 1911. It has the exact same, actually 2-inch wide stringers. The same type of material they use for all of the floor joists here. They're an actual true 2 inches thick, but they're a little bit wonky, squeaky. They don't have a handrail, and so definitely not up to code. So that'll be the first thing I'm fixing up at this place. So you can see here how the stairs are just butted up to this little extension piece here, and that's actually the top step right under the foyer of the door upstairs. So what I'm going to do is kind of take back everything to this floor beam here, remove all of that, and then have my stringers attached right to this floor joist here. And here's another look from the top. You can see where that old top step used to be. When they redid the kitchen, they just put the, some plywood and flooring right on top. So I'm going to cut back that flooring to the doorway here, and then remove the stairs and have it so the top of my step is flush with that current floor in the kitchen. I don't think this doorway is load bearing, but it's a little bit concerning to see that where the old step was actually notched around this part, but underneath was nothing, just a bunch of dust. So definitely when we put the new step in, it'll be supporting the doorway. So here's just a better look of kind of what was happening. Yeah, these stairs need to be replaced. They're just barely hanging on. Alright, so now that I have my first stair stringer cut out, I'm going to use that as a template, trace it on the other two, and get those ones cut out. And you'll notice in the time lapse I used two machines, or two tools. The first one was just a circular saw, which I used to make the majority of the cuts. And then because the circular saw has a round blade, couldn't quite cut into the corner. As you can see here, that's where the cut finished on all of them. So I just used my jigsaw just to get in there and finish off the corner. now that these are all cut out, we're gonna rip out the old stairs and put these in place.
So I actually have to adjust this a little bit, but I don't have stairs to get up, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit creative how I get back up there.
So I have my stair stringers all cut, set up and ready. So I'm going to spread them out and attach them up at the top. Then disaster struck. I was trying to cut too many pieces of plywood with the track saw, and it kind of bound up the saw blade and caused the saw to kick back. And as you can see here, it ripped across the track and cut the power cord. So I had to take off the cover and rewire the extension cord. So if you measure it now, it's about 2 feet shorter than if you were to buy the saw new. And for the actual track saw, I was able to cut it down, and luckily where it cut across the track was near the end, so my 55-inch track is now about 40 inches long. And so the lesson learned here is don't cut more than 2 pieces of plywood, especially if they're bowed a little bit. And when you're using the track saw, make sure to use the clamps that hold it down on either end, and use the saw with 2 hands and hold firmly, as opposed to just the single hand, which I was using. Alright, so the stairs are all set up. So I just have to clean up the old stairs here. And actually if we walk upstairs, we also have a little bit of cleanup up here. So let's get cleaning. Alright, so I'm just in the process here of securing the bottom of the stairs to the floor. So I just used a galvanized L bracket, some fasteners into the stringer, and then I just drilled with some Tapcon screws right into the cement. So I did have to take off the bottom tread so I will fasten on the new one with some more glue. Alright, so I have already cut down this tread, and as you can see I'm using a laser here just to kind of get right on the edge of the stringer, and that's because when this is in place and I'm going to try to measure and cut it, it's very hard to find exactly this point here because my only reference is right down there, and there's a little bit of a gap here that's going to be filled with a little bit of molding. Once everything is finished, that'll be the last little piece that goes in. All right, so we are flush on all my sides. Nice and stable here. So. Probably way more than I need, but I do not want any squeaks in these stairs.